to see everything.
Welcome to Laurel, Mississippi, right here on the campus of West Jones High School, where the Terry Bulldogs take on the West Jones Mustangs. Bulldogs sitting at an undefeated 6-0 record. West Jones at 5-2. West Jones hosting this one, the second region game for each team. They both sit at 1-0 in region. Hello, everyone. I'm Trellis Williams, right here with TSJW Network coverage of Terry Bulldogs football. This is the sixth meeting between these two teams. West Jones has won all 5 previous meetings. Terry's never beaten West Jones, and they're looking to get that done tonight to keep their undefeated season alive. The Bulldogs have a great opportunity this year to make a big run in 6A, especially in this particular region, but teams like West Jones and Hattiesburg stand in their way. This is their first test. West Jones Mustangs and the Terry Bulldogs. West Jones headed up by their head coach, Corey Reynolds, who's in his 3rd season. He's 27-5 as head coach at West Jones with a 51-29 overall coaching record. And the Mustangs are paced by a great quarterback, junior quarterback Tootie Lindsay, who's been known to be an effective runner as well as an effective passer. He was the starting quarterback as a freshman just a couple of years ago for the 2023 6A championship team that West Jones had. This place is known for football, and these fans love their team. And the environment is like none other that Terry has faced this year. So West Jones and Terry going to be coming up in just a little bit. We appreciate you joining us. This is our countdown to kickoff brought to you by Buford Plumbing and Heating. When that Mississippi heat kicks in, don't sweat it. Call Buford Plumbing and Heating. They're your local experts, keeping homes cool with fast, reliable air conditioning service you can count on. Whether it's a quick fix or a full install, Buford's got you covered because comfort starts with cool. Call 601-208-0575, 601-208-0575 for Buford Plumbing and Heating. And Buford Plumbing and Heating brings you the countdown to kickoff. And now we're going to turn our attention to the field now as we have the national anthem. And that was your national anthem here live from West Jones High School. The cheerleaders are on both sides of the field, just about 12 minutes away from getting started here in Laurel.
State marching evaluations, where they placed all superior and move on to next week, competing in the MHSAA State Marching Championships on October the 25th. This season's performance, the lists we know, represents months of dedication, rehearsal, and growth, and our students are eager to share their hard work and passion with a supportive community cheering them on. Your presence and encouragement would mean the world to them as they take the field at Pearl High School, October the 25th at 7:15 p.m. as they compete for the Mississippi High School Activities Association Class 6A State Marching Championship.
And the Bulldogs about to be set up to meet the West Jones Mustangs at half field as the captains will meet. Captains for the Terry Bulldogs, Amari Whalen, who we are very glad to see up on the defensive line, the biggest player for the Bulldogs, who plays a lot. And you got Chadarius Rogers, number 10, Rondé Baker, number 5, Braden Gibson, number 4. Bulldogs are supposed to be very healthy now here tonight. We're hoping to see a fully healthy Terry Bulldogs football team. West Jones going to be in the green jerseys, green pants with the gold letters and green helmets. The Terry Bulldogs with the white jerseys, maroon pants, and white helmets, folks. We are excited about seeing these Terry Bulldogs take the field to take on West Jones in a big region matchup. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. It's very important that you subscribe and turn those notifications on, and that's how you don't miss any Terry Bulldogs football action. So be sure to do that right now. Also like and share with anyone else who would be interested in watching Terry Bulldogs football right here on the TSJW Network. We'll be getting started in just a little over 7 minutes as the Bulldogs and the Mustangs are set to begin. folks. The Terry Bulldogs are about to be introduced to the fans in just a little bit. I'm seeing some white jerseys coming out. This 6-0 team, and the lights go out in dramatic fashion. Here at West Jones High School, they do it right. The Bulldogs are about to emerge. 6-0 are these Bulldogs, and they're ready to get it going. What an atmosphere this is at West Jones High School. And those are the Bulldogs right there, getting ready to begin this ball game. And West Jones will enter on the other end. And West Jones just came out to all the smoke and everything. So West Jones on the other side of the field here for the Mustangs. The Bulldogs and here come the Bulldogs. The 6-0 Terry Bulldogs about ready to knock off these Mustangs. It would be the first time in the history of Terry High School. And folks, if you were here right now, you would just get the chills. That's what I'm feeling right now. These Terry Bulldogs are trying to do something they have not done and be in the driver's seat in this region if they're able to win this ball game. West Jones feeling the same way, although the Mustangs have never lost to the Bulldogs. The Mustangs will be kicking the football off. The Bulldogs will be receiving. Colby George and Keeson Kendrick back to receive. Colby George coming off of a 2-game suspension. He's back, which is great to see. As you see the green dust all over the field right now, as we're about to be getting started in just a few moments. West Jones will be kicking off to the Terry Bulldogs. The kicker for the Mustangs is number 35, Cruz McKee. And there's the kick. The kick is a short one, and George will receive it on the far sideline. He reverses course. He runs backwards a little bit. He'll be caught up and will be taken down. So the Bulldogs will not get good field position to begin with as the offense heads out on the field. And that will bring us to our keys to the game, brought to you by Tire Depot. And keys to the game here today for the Bulldogs is to make sure you score in the red zone. That's what Coach Thigpen talked to us in the pregame. That's on the TSJW Network Instagram, our pregame interview with Coach Chris Thigpen. He talked about scoring in the red zone as well as being able to defend their run game. Those are the keys to the game, brought to you by Tire Depot. Busby's in the shotgun, trips to the left and none to the right as the Bulldogs will begin their possession. Hand off to Baker to begin with. He's up the left side, has some run room. He's going to run, and we got pink on the field in honor of breast cancer, but unfortunately not a good look for the Bulldogs here. Probably going to see a hold. Bulldogs are going to be looking at a first down and 14 to go here. Busby on the handoff to Baker. Baker around the left side. He's got some blocking. He pushes through past the 10, down to the 13-yard line. And I believe that will bring up a second down and 5 now for Terry. So we'll get that scoreboard up for you in just a few moments. We'll see what the distance is here. Busby in the shotgun. Twins to the right and one to the left. Man in motion for the Bulldogs is Seth Moore. Busby back to throw. He's got time. Pass over the top to George. George nearly pulled it in. And there was contact, and we're going to see a pass interference penalty. Against number 19 for West Jones, there was plenty of contact there. And West Jones, number 19, that's Derek Dean, the junior, who picks up the PI. And the Bulldogs will get the first down there. Ball's going to be at the 28 for the Terry Bulldogs here. And so Terry able to get that first down. Is a nice pass down to George, and you saw the contact, which forces the automatic first down. Bulldogs looking at a first down and 10. That first down is brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. Busby, shotgun. Twins to the right, one to the left. George is the lone player to the left. Rondé Baker acting as the tailback here. We're going to get a whistle on the field now. It's going to be a timeout called by the Terry Bulldogs. First charge timeout for Terry. As clock runs, and I don't know if they're going to stop it or not. We had a timeout, and that clock is still running. Not supposed to. It's right over 10 minutes to go as the Bulldogs called time. We appreciate you joining us. Terry and West Jones off to a decent start for the Bulldogs, moving the football a little bit, got the first down off the penalty. Barnett's Body Shop brings you that first down. Collision repair you can count on when your car takes a hit. Barnett's gets you back in the game fast. Quality repairs. Hometown services, Barnett's Body Shop, proud supporter of Terry Bulldogs football. Zero to zero, 10:18 to go. 10:18 to go here in the first quarter as they reset the clock as they let too much time run off there. Ball's going to be at the 28-yard line, first down and 10. Bulldogs are charged their first time out of the ball game. They've got 2 left here in the first half. Busby in the shotgun with twins to the right and 1 to the left. Baker acting as the tailback. Snap back Busby, handoff Baker, moving to the right side, has a head of steam, gets some blocking, gets out to the outside, pushes through nearly to the 40-yard line. He's going to get the first down. Another Bulldog first down brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. They will spot him at the 40. And Rondé Baker, such an effective runner for this Terry team. He averages over 9 yards a carry and averaging over 140 yards a game. Bulldogs get their second first down of the possession. They're going to spot him at the 39. Under 10 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Busby in the gun. Twins to the left, none to the right. Baker on the toss back, Busby. Busby finding Gibson wide open. He caught it, but he slipped at the 40, or at the 35 rather. First down, Terry into West Jones territory. A nice little flea flicker there for the Terry Bulldogs. And Coach Thigpen has got some tricks up his sleeve, but a great ball from Busby down to Gibson, wide open in the middle there. So Bulldogs now with it at the 34-yard line in Mustang territory. Barnett's Body Shop first down there. Busby giving the play call to the line. Twins to the left and 1 to the right. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right. Handoff Baker. Baker to the left side. He's got blocking, a stiff arm. Baker past the 30, past the 25, takes on more contact, pushes his way down inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. And the Bulldogs get the first down, and they are now in the Raising Cane's red zone. How about that for the Terry Bulldogs? You hope Baker's okay. Took a little bit of contact, a lot of contact on that play, delivered a shot to the defender. You can tell he's breathing a little heavy, but he's been very effective thus far. This is where Coach Thigpen was talking about. You want to execute here in the red zone. Busby in the shotgun. He's back to throw. He's going to throw it back shoulder, but it's not there for Gibson. Probably threw it a little earlier than the progression had it. So incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10. That's where Gibson was going, but he wasn't quite there yet. So it brings up a 2nd down and 10. .8:46 remaining in the first quarter. So far, so good on this drive from the Bulldogs. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the left, one to the right. Baker to his immediate left. Sends the man in motion, which is Moore. Busby, handoff, Baker. He's got the blocking. He's around the right side, changes course to the left, and now we see a flag. Baker's going to run his way into the end zone for a touchdown, but we see yellow on the field, pink rather, on this field. So hold your horses. It is holding against the Bulldogs. Nice run there from Baker, but it will be to no avail. Have to see where this ball will end up being spotted, but it's going to bring up a 2nd down and long. Ooh, it's going to be at the 24. They're out of the red zone now. 2nd and 20 from the 24-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs going to have to work from. Nice run from Baker, but end up getting caught for holding. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the left and one to the right. Baker to his immediate left. Busby, short pass out to Gibson. Gibson on the move now. They say his knee was down. They say his knee was down on the catch. Wow, and that is not good for the Bulldogs here. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Gibson, a little ginger. It's a big 3rd down now. I don't know. I think they gained about a couple on that one, so it'll bring up 3rd and 18 for this Bulldogs team. The offense was moving nicely, but now getting it a little bit at a standstill here. You get a penalty, which is the thing that Coach was talking about on the South 78 show on Tuesday night. Busby back to throw. He's got time. He'll toss it towards the end zone to George, and it is broken up, incomplete. He was targeting George. It was a little shallow, and it was fortunately not intercepted, but it's going to bring down up 4th down and 18. We'll see what the play call will be here for the Bulldogs. Obviously, they're a little bit far for a field goal from Derek Howard Jr., but they are looking at a 4th and 23 apparently is what their call is. They have to get to the 5. So really, you're trying to go for the end zone here. Big 4th down here for the Bulldogs on their first possession of the ball game. Busby back to throw. He'll toss it to Gibson in the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete. And that will be West Jones taking over on downs. And so an unfortunate letdown on the first possession of the game for the Bulldogs. They're able to march deep into West Jones territory, but again, a penalty, a holding against the Bulldogs just causes the possession not to work out. And it will be West Jones with the football at the 28-yard line. Folks, just stay with us. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Now out here is Tootie Lindsay at quarterback for the Mustangs. And they run the football, and it'll be stuffed at the 29. And so that'll be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8. That run was from star running back Caleb Holmes, has over 1,000 yards on the season thus far with 14 touchdowns. He's been highly effective for this West Jones team. Mustangs have not had a lot of problems on offense. Their problem has been on the defensive side of the ball, so we'll see what they have here. Lindsey in the shotgun. Handoff Holmes. Holmes stuffed again by the Bulldogs front. And what you don't want is any flags after the play. Once that whistle goes, you want to stop. Penalties messed up your offensive possession. You don't want it to mess up your defensive possession here. They're going to spot the ball there at the 28, so that will be a loss of 1, 3rd down and 9 for West Jones. Big 3rd down here for the Bulldogs defense. Lindsey in the gun. Has to pick it up from his feet. Pass across the middle. It's caught. He dropped it. He dropped it. Now he was open. He hit Braden Powell, who was open there. A little bit of a gap in the defense there, but fortunately for the Bulldogs, he drops the football. And so now they'll bring up 4th down and 9, and so the Bulldogs will be back to receive the punt here. That'll be Colby George. The Bulldogs have had two different kick returns for touchdowns from both Keeson Kendrick and Colby George. There's the punt. It's a good punt. And it will roll in a West Jones direction and go out of bounds at the 33-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start their second possession. A good start defensively from the Terry Bulldogs. We'll take a break. We'll step aside and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Bulldogs back out there with their offense here. And here's a run from Baker. Baker's got the block, and he's around the edge. Baker's utilizing the speed, takes contact, and he's down at the 43-yard line. Nice run from Rondé Baker. He's been highly effective thus far. Second down and 1 for the Bulldogs here. Clock's running. 5:45 to go here in the first quarter. Busby in the shotgun. Baker to his immediate left. Busby fakes it. Short pass to George. George has blocking from Moore, and George ends up out of bounds. Now we're going to see pink on the field, a flag, and I think it's a little bit of unsportsmanlike conduct here from West Jones after the play. We'll see what the call is. Yep. Late hit against West Jones. That will give Terry some more yardage here, and that's going to be a Barnett's Body Shop first down. Ball is at the 31-yard line for the Bulldogs. Trips to the right and one to the left. Busby with Baker as the tailback. Snap back, handoff Baker right through the middle. He barrels through across the 25. And that's where they're going to spot him at the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4. The run game has been extremely effective for the Bulldogs. We got a pretty packed crowd. I mean, West Jones showing a good amount of people. I mean, I wouldn't say packed, but they've got a good amount of people, but a lot of them are sitting in lawn chairs around the field. That's just how they do it here. Baker, oh, he changes direction. Baker going to push through, get past the 20, and down inside to the 18-yard line. Another Bulldogs first down, brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop, and they are now in the Raising Cane's red zone. The Terry Bulldogs are looking pretty good right now. Now what you have to do is just finish. 4:51 remaining in the opening period. Trips to the left and one to the right for the Bulldogs. Busby in the shotgun with Duplessis to his immediate left. They take Baker out for a possession. They hand it off Duplessis around the right side. Look at that speed. And we're going to see pink on the field as Duplessis will push his way near to the end zone. We're going to probably see another hold here. And Coach can't believe what he's seeing, and he looks frustrated here. And that will move the Bulldogs back. Going to be a 1st and 20 now. From the 28. And again, the Bulldogs doing the same type of thing. He just can't be holding in these situations. There's over 4 minutes to go in the opening period. We're still scoreless here in Laurel. Busby's going to be in the shotgun with Duplessis to his immediate right. Trips to the left, none to the right. Busby is back to throw. He pump fakes, and he goes down to his knees. I don't know what happened there. That's going to be probably not considered a sack, but he just goes down there. Ball's going to be at the 35, and that is rough for the Bulldogs. Again, they're trying to get to the 8-yard line. They're at the 35, and so that is 2nd and 27 for the Bulldogs. Trips to the left, none to the right. Busby in the shotgun, Duplessis to his immediate right. Busby, handoff Duplessis. Pushing his way through the middle. Able to get a few yards there and get to the 31. A gain of 4. 3rd and 23. Going to get Baker back out there for Duplessis. Brandon Duplessis, very effective runner as a sophomore. Now we got 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. They're going to pull out C.J. Metters and put Seth Moore out there. So they're putting 4 fast receivers out there in Gibson, Harris, Moore, and George. And now they put Baker out there to the right side and have Busby alone in the backfield. So 5 receivers out. Busby, pass across the middle to Harris. There was contact there. It's incomplete, but it was contact as the ball was entering. It's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and very long, 4th and 23 for Terry. Going to send out the punt unit, led by Braylon Beverly, the punter. He's done a great job this season. And just some disappointing possessions for the Bulldogs as they've shown the ability to move the football, but just not finishing. And now it's Braylon Beverly back to punt the football. There's the punt. It's a high punt. It looks good. It's going to bounce in a Terry direction. They're going to let it roll as far as they can go, and they stop it at the 2-yard line. Great job by the Bulldogs on punt coverage there. And the ball's going to be at the 2. Oh, no, I think they spotted it at the 1 for this West Jones team. And listen, this offense was having a tough time moving the football against the Terry defense. We'll step aside, be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. So the Mustangs will come out with their offense, just under 2.5 minutes remaining in the first period. We're still scoreless. Terry's looked a lot better than West Jones has looked, but it hasn't shown on the scoreboard. Same kind of thing we saw at Forest Hill. Lindsey will take it out of the end zone. He's going to run the football himself. He finds yards. He avoids another tackler. He's out in the open field, and he's taken down as he gets past the 30-yard line, and that's Tootie Lindsey, who's got a couple of D1 offers. He's been a 3-year starter, and he's only a junior, as Lindsey gets a 29-yard run. And they are no longer pinned on their own end zone. So that's a first down for West Jones, their first of the ball game. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. So penalty flag against West Jones. And it'll be a false start, moving them back 5 yards, bringing up 1st and 15. So the ball will be at the 25. Mustangs with their second possession here. So over 2 minutes to go in the opening period. They're going to catch the Bulldogs off sides. They're going to get those 5 yards back. So ball will be back to the 30, and it'll be 1st and 10. Two minutes remaining in the first period. West Jones lined up with Lindsey in the shotgun. Lindsey's got Caleb Holmes to his immediate right, twins to the right and one to the left. Lindsey back to throw, short pass, incomplete. So he was trying to get it to his number 1 receiver, Chandler Watson, who leads the state of Mississippi in receiving yards per game. He averages over 143 receiving yards a night. Wow. Chandler Watson, the junior, number 17 on the far side. Lindsey in the shotgun, 2nd down and 10, man in motion there. And now Lindsey rolling to his right, pass on the money. Going to be a first down. Out to the outside to Jazion Gray. And now the Mustangs are moving the football. That'll be in Bulldog territory at the 48-yard line. Just over a minute and a half remaining here in this first quarter. And now West Jones starting to have a better look to him. Mustangs lined up in the shotgun is Lindsey. Twins to the left and one to the right. Lindsey fakes the handoff. He keeps it. He runs, and the defense didn't know what hit him as he's tripped up at the 30. Another run from Tootie Lindsey. And another first down for West Jones. But we do see a flag on the field, and it's holding against West Jones, so this is going back. It was a nice read there from Lindsey. Nice zone read from Tootie Lindsey, and found the hole, but apparently the hole was built artificially. And that will bring up a 1st and 20. From their own 43-yard line, Lindsey in the shotgun trying to catch the Bulldogs off sides, failed to do so that time. 2 receivers out left and 1 out right. Caleb Holmes to his immediate left. Lindsey pass across the middle, it's incomplete. And we see a penalty flag on the field, and I'm sure it's going to be against Emmanuel Harris. Had his arms around him there. See what the call will be. I think it's going to be a pass interference. Yes, it is. Pass interference against Emmanuel Harris. And that'll make this 1st and 5 for West Jones. 58 seconds remaining. Another fake from Lindsey, and he's going to run the football and get down to nearly the 35-yard line. He'll get the first down. And Bulldogs really going for the fakes that Lindsey is showing. Lindsey hobbling a little bit. We've seen a couple of guys here in this game from both teams hobbling just a little bit, and Lindsey is noticeably ginger on that left leg. And now he goes down to his back. So Tootie Lindsey's hurt. Hate to see it. We saw a little bit from Braden Gibson being ginger, but we didn't see him go down like that, and Lindsey's down on the field. over the course of his career, he's had some injury woes. Last year, hurt his elbow, couldn't play quarterback much. And now something going on with the foot, and that's what Coach Reynolds told me about that this morning, just had the hurt foot going on. And you hope he's able, and apparently this is just aggravating him now. Hate to see it. Hope that he's able to return to the ball game, just not for the sake of the competition, of course, as a Terry fan, but for just the sake of the health of the kid. You definitely want him to be all right, but he is being very effective thus far. So now they're going to have to bring out Braden Powell, who acted as a slot receiver earlier in the ball game. He's going to be taking on the role of quarterback. He's a junior. And now the Mustangs trying to continue on this possession. Lindsey just got the first down at the 36. Here's the run from Holmes. And he's taken down at the 35. Coach Thigpen does not like the no call. He wanted a penalty flag for something after the play there. That's a gain of a yard, and the clock will run out on the first period. We're still scoreless here in Laurel. West Jones trying to move the football. They're going to be looking at a 2nd down and 9 when we come back. Looking at the Bulldog Band, and they're here in full effect right now as we're about to change sides of the field as we begin 2nd quarter action right here on the TSJW Network. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the network YouTube channel. Bulldogs with the football now at the 34-yard. West Jones Mustangs with the football at the 34-yard line. Tootie Lindsey is back out on the field now. 2nd down and 8. With twins to the right and 1 to the left. Lindsey back to throw. He'll pass over the top, and it's George with the interception. And he's got some room to go. George up the far sideline. He's got blocking. He's got more room. George will be taken down in West Jones territory, and how about that? The defense gets a stop, and they turn that football over. Colby George with the interception, and we're glad to see him back. And that is a clean takeaway brought to you by Wheeler's Janitorial, keeping things spotless on and off the field. From offices to schools and everything in between, Wheeler's Janitorial gets the job done right every time. Call 601-892-7547, 601-892-7547 to book a clean. Wheeler's Janitorial. And they call a penalty. Apparently they called some kind of penalty on the return, and Coach Thigpen is beside himself. I don't even know where that would have been. And the Bulldogs now going to have the football at the 31-yard line. But at least the interception still stands for the Bulldogs, and so they will have their possession here, and the ball game still scoreless. Hand off to Baker. Baker moving his way through the middle and getting some good yards as he gets to the 37. Be a gain of 6, 2nd down, and 4 to go. Really, you just want to continue to show the run here, as the Bulldogs highly effective on the run. As we're here in the 2nd quarter, we're still scoreless. The Bulldogs just haven't been able to finish their possessions. Seen a lot of good things here from this Terry defense. Able to get a stop, and then they're able to force a turnover. Busby in the shotgun. He's back to throw. He's got a little time. He's going to chunk it downfield. Gibson right off his hands. It was good coverage there. That again was number 19 for the West Jones Mustangs. None other than Derek Dean on the coverage there. Ball was at the fingertips of Gibson. It's an incomplete pass. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4 now for the Bulldogs. It was a good time to take a shot there. And he got Baker, who's been able to get 4 yards at least like every single time. So I expect a run from Baker, but we'll have to see what happens here. Busby in the shotgun. We're going to get another timeout here called by Terry. Coach will call his 2nd timeout of the ball game. Very intense ball game. You see, Coach, very intense here, as this game means a lot to this Terry squad. Getting a win here would be a lot for this program, would show some big-time growth where you can actually host a playoff game. That's what their goal is, to be able to host a playoff game at Bulldog Field, and they need wins like this in order to get that done. At least one win like this. You got West Jones and Hattiesburg on the list, but George County's another one. You want to win your region games. Only leave room for one possible region loss. You really don't want any region losses. But this is a big game here. It can really set the tone. Bulldogs 6-0 on the season for the first time since 2006. In 2006, they also went 7-0. So they want to keep this train rolling. 11:04 to go in the second quarter. Busby in the shotgun with a receiver out left. That's Colby George. Now he's in motion. Tosses it back to George. George has some blocking. George trying to find something. He slips, and he won't get a whole lot. He gets to the 40, and he's 1 yard short of the first down. Huge decision for Coach Thigpen here. Huge decision here. You're only 1 yard short, and the Bulldogs are going to punt it. The thing is, you're at your own 40-yard line. If it wouldn't have worked out, you're looking at setting up West Jones with a very nice short field, which is not what you want to do, as Braylon Beverly will send that one long and deep. A great punt. Oh, that punt will go inside the 10 and stop at the 9. So good job by Braylon Beverly. He has done a great job this season as a specialist for this Bulldogs team. And West Jones will start off at the 9. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Mustangs back out on the field here. So he did throw a flag out on the field. I don't know who it was on and how it's going to affect it. So apparently it was 12 men on the field, as I heard Coach Benson saying that on the sideline. 12 men on the field against West Jones, I believe, and I think they're going to discuss this when the officials will. And folks, I'll take this opportunity to tell you about the Magnolia Shine podcast. You need to tune in. Mondays and Thursdays we discuss high school football across the state of Mississippi. It's myself alongside the one and only Blake Levine. And listen, we talk high school sports. We talk a little college as well, but mostly high school sports. Go ahead and head over to that YouTube channel, the Magnolia Shine Podcast, and hit the subscribe button. We'll see what the call's going to be from the officials here. And these officials should have known that they are walking into a very intense environment here at West Jones for this Terry Bulldogs and West Jones football game. And wow, this is going to be a penalty against Terry. Apparently, no. No, it's going to be a penalty against West Jones, which is going to allow the Bulldog offense to re-enter this field. As it was 12 men on the field against West Jones, it was 4th down and 1, and so that penalty will bring up a first down for the Bulldogs. That first down is brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop, and this Bulldogs team is back on the move on the offensive side of the football. Wow, what a mistake by West Jones, and now this football will be placed, I believe at the 50 is where it's going to be put. I think it's going to be a 5-yard penalty from the spot, which was at the 45. And I think they're going to put this football to the 50-yard line here. Oh, no, they're going further. I'll let them actually put the ball down before I tell you where it's going to be. Wow, it's going to be at the 40-yard line of West Jones territory. It's a 15-yard penalty. And wow, how the fortunes have turned here, and the Bulldogs are back on the move on offense. This is where you have to finish if you're the Bulldogs. 10-13 to go in the first half. Your offense has been moving the ball effectively, but you just haven't been finishing quite yet. Finishing a drive would be huge for this Terry team. Busby in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Baker. Baker gets blocking. Nice move. Getting past the 35. I think he'll be down at the 35. A 5-yard gain. And now we're going to get a flag on the field. Based on the Bulldogs' reactions, I think it's against West Jones, but I'm not sure. Yes, the West Jones reaction is telling me that it is against them. And that's going to be another personal foul against West Jones after the play, which will be a 15-yard penalty. And the Bulldogs are now in the Raising Cane's red zone. Unbelievable. And now we're just seeing a bunch of mistake-filled football here, as we've seen on both sides with these penalties. Ball at the 20-yard line. Busby's back to throw. He's got protection. Pass over the top, and that one is up for grabs and intercepted by West Jones. Now we're going to see a flag on the field that's going to be against the Mustangs again, but I don't think it's going to affect anything in regards to this interception. Busby will throw his first interception of the season. He has not been a turnover-prone quarterback this season. But we'll see what this means, this flag. It appears that the flag will be against number 1, Okie Twilley. Any effect that it has, I think, will only be on yardage after the interception. So I definitely think we're going to be seeing West Jones' offense take the field. But I don't know, folks. I've seen crazy things. We don't know what the officials are going to come away with, I've learned. So they're speaking with the West Jones coaching staff first, talking with Coach Reynolds. Coach Reynolds, great guy, head coach at West Jones. Appreciated speaking with him this morning. I don't know what the call is going to be, but I think it's going to be some yardage after the interception. But the Bulldogs just struggling to finish their possessions. And if you want to make a big run, make a championship run, you're going to have to be able to finish your possessions, especially with an offense like this, an offense that has so many options. You have a good throwing quarterback. You got dynamic running backs and everything. Got to be able to finish in the end zone, and that pass was just shallow. It was a nice one-on-one situation with Braden Gibson, which we know we've seen so many times. Gibson will come away with those, but it just turns out that it doesn't work out that time, and it's an interception, the first of the season for Busby. So we're going to see West Jones back on the field again from their own 10-yard line. Lindsey, handoff Holmes. Holmes finds an opening. He's got running room ahead. Kendrick is the last one that he's going to have to get through, and Kendrick will push him out of bounds past the 35, down to the 34-yard line in Bulldog territory. Nice run from Caleb Holmes. He was able to gain 56 yards on the play, all the way to the 34-yard line. 56-yard run for Caleb Holmes. Mustangs haven't been able to finish any possessions either. We're still scoreless here in Laurel, Mississippi. Lindsey in the shotgun. Handoff Holmes again. Holmes that time is stuffed at the 34 for no gain. 2nd and 10. I think they'll give him 1 yard on the play to the 33, so 2nd and 9. This clock continues to run, 9.5 minutes to go in the first half. Ball at the 33-yard line for the Mustangs. Lindsey in the shotgun, twins to the right and one to the left, with Caleb Holmes with him in the backfield here. Lindsey back to throw. He'll throw it up over the top for Harris. It is caught. What a pass and what a catch, as that ball was pulled in by Ethan Jones on the near sideline for the first down. And they are now in the red zone. West Jones is. And it's just over 9 minutes remaining as the Mustangs are slowly approaching the end zone, as this is the closest anyone has gotten here. Lindsey in the gun. Handoff Holmes. Holmes going to be taken down by the Bulldog defense, as he will gain a yard. So now we're looking at a 2nd and goal. Second and goal for West Jones. Lindsey in the shotgun. Lindsey, handoff, Holmes. Holmes taken down. What a defensive play there from Lazarius Ashford. And that'll be a loss of 5 on the play. Ball at the 14. 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line for West Jones. Big 3rd down here for the Bulldogs defense. Try to catch the Bulldogs offsides, and they do. Offsides against the Bulldogs. They'll bring up a 5-yard penalty, put the ball at the 9. Still be 3rd down then. 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line for the Mustangs. Just under 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. West Jones trying to score here. 3rd down and goal. Lindsey pass to the end zone, in for the touchdown, and West Jones will strike first here in Laurel, Mississippi. And so the Mustangs get on the board first. They lead 6-0. They'll be set up for the extra point. That will be Cruz McKee. The hold is good, the kick is up, and it is through. A 7-0 lead for West Jones over Terry here at Mustang Field. And the Bulldogs just not finishing their offensive possessions, and eventually the Mustangs able to capitalize on that. We'll be back. Mustangs will kick this football off here. 7-0 lead now for West Jones. They just were able to get in the end zone with a pass from Lindsey to Powell there. They'll kick it long, and George will get it on the far sideline. Colby George will just go down at the 19-yard line. That was better than running 10 yards backwards like last time. So the Bulldogs will get back out there with the football, and they want to be able to answer here. You know, the offense has done a great job moving the football, just not finishing in the red zone. They've been in the red zone on every possession. 3 possessions, 3 trips to the red zone, 0 scores, and so you would love to be able to score on an open play because you're able to find stuff on open plays out in the open field. I mean, going to bring out Kylan Gowdy as one of the receivers. Trips to the right and one to the left. Busby in the shotgun. Now Baker is going to be the man in motion. Busby short pass out to the flat to Baker. Baker is going to be stuffed at the 15. So that'd be a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Seven minutes to go in the first quarter. A little QB comparison here. We've seen Tootie Lindsey with a passing touchdown. He also had an interception, and we see some rushing yards from him. Busby, seen a few big plays and 1 interception from him. We've seen some good quarterback play, but really it's just the penalties and some of the holds around the edges that have ruined the Bulldogs' offensive possessions here. Busby in the shotgun. Twins to the left and right, and they're stacked. Handoff Baker. Baker going to rip through the line, but not get very far. He'll get to the 19, the previous line of scrimmage, and he'll bring up a 3rd and 10. So the Bulldogs need a big play here on 3rd down as we're just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. Busby in the shotgun, trips to the right and 1 to the left. Busby fakes the handoff, pass across the middle to Gowdy. He's open at the 35, pushes his way down to the 40. Great job by Busby putting it right in the hands of Gowdy, and he pulled it in and got the first down. And that first down is brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. Good job by the Bulldogs executing that play there. Ball's at the 41. 5:45 remaining in the first half. Trips to the left and 1 to the right. The lone receiver to the right is Colby George. Snap back to Busby. We see a flag on the field, and it will be a false start against the Bulldogs. Ball at the 36, a 1st down and 15. Twins to the left and right. Busby, handoff Baker. Baker around the edge. Baker past the 40, pushing his way down to the 45, pushing his way forward a little more to the 46-yard line. Mustangs trying to say that they forced a fumble and recovered it. It doesn't appear that that's going to be the case. Baker's going to be out of bounds at the 45-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. A 10-yard run for Baker. They'll bring Baker out, and he'll be on the sideline now. He'll take a beating sometimes. Rondé Baker will. Bulldogs looking at a 2nd down and 5. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Busby, handoff Duplessis around the left edge. He uses the speed, gets the 1st down and more. Past the 45, down to the 30, down to the 25. He's pushed out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A big run from Brandon Duplessis, and he'll get the 1st down on a 30-yard run into West Jones territory. This is the kind of stuff we've been seeing from the Bulldogs this game. This offense is a good offense. You just got to finish them here deep in West Jones territory. You just want to get in the end zone. Busby, in the shotgun with Duplessis to his immediate left. Twins to the right, one to the left. He's going to hand it off Duplessis again. He will turn and get nowhere. He's going to lose a couple. I think he loses a yard. Be 2nd and 11. Going to bring back out the Baker man, Rondé Baker, back out on the field as Duplessis will come out. Brandon Duplessis has been very good for the Bulldogs. Got a 30-yard run, putting the Bulldogs in good position here. Baker's back out there. Bulldogs going to line up in twins to the right and one to the left. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right, and now George will be in motion. Busby tosses it to Baker, and on the reverse, Baker's going to find a hole and push his way down to the 20, which will be a gain of 6 and make it a 3rd and 5. But now you're in 4-down territory, the Bulldogs are, so you can use 2 downs to get these 5 yards. We appreciate you joining us. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. We're live from Mustang Field. A beautiful night for football. Clear skies and about 72 degrees. Trips to the right and none to the left. Handoff to Baker. Baker met at the line by a good defensive play at the 20-yard line. Will bring up a 4th down and 5, and the Bulldogs are going to need a good play for this one. Now what's Coach Thigpen going to cook up here? He's going to get a timeout. This is a big play, a huge play for the Bulldogs. 2:35 remaining in the first half. They're down 7-0, but they're going to be at the 20-yard line with an opportunity to get a first down. We'll step aside and be right back. It's a big 4th down here for the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, I think, are going to leave Busby on the sideline, so no Busby out on the field. Looks like they're going to go a direct snap here and try to get these 5 yards. .235 remaining. Now we're going to get a whistle at the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be a West Jones timeout. Bulldogs sit up with no quarterback, up for a direct snap, and that will force West Jones to call a timeout to get set up. So we'll step aside once again. We'll be right back. Bulldogs back out on the field again with the same formation. They're going to go for this direct snap, it appears. But you don't know if it's going to be Baker or if it's going to be Chadarius Rogers. We don't know. Man in motion here. Direct snap to Rogers. He'll have blocking. He's going to find room. Rogers inside to the 10-yard line, and there are no flags on the play. Great job by Coach Thigpen. Great call, and the Bulldogs keep the ball rolling. Wow. And Rogers able to get that one. And so now we're looking at a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line for the Bulldogs. They are in the Raising Cane's red zone. And it looks like they're going to just try to run this football into the end zone. They still have Busby on the sideline. They've been trying to throw it into the end zone. It just really hasn't been working against this Mustang secondary. Rogers, handoff, Baker, he's got the block in, into the end zone. Touchdown, Terry. No flags, and the Bulldogs are on the board. The Baker man, look at him. And Derek Howard Jr. will be set up for the extra point. This is a big one to tie the ball game. Snapbacks there. The kick is up, and the kick is through. It is good. And we're tied up at 7 here at Mustang Field. The Bulldogs are in this one. 7-7, just under 2 minutes to play in the first half. And now the Mustangs going to have to answer this Terry Bulldogs football team. How about the Bulldogs? And listen, Coach Thigpen saw what was going on, and he said, look, we're just going to have to power this ball into the end zone. And that they did. Whatever is necessary to get the job done, the Bulldogs get the job done, and we are tied up at 7. And West Jones will have the football at what appears to be the 30-yard line, I do believe. And so that's where we're going to see this Mustangs team start. Seven to 7 ball game. The Bulldogs able to put the ball in the end zone, and now you want to be able to stop this Mustang football team and be able to get the job done here. And so here we go. Ball's going to be at the 30-yard line for West Jones. Tootie Lindsay in the shotgun for the Mustangs. Hand off to Holmes, and Holmes is taken down at the 32. Going to be gain of 2 yards there for a 2nd and 8. Amari Whalen hobbling on that ankle. Hate to see it, but you hope that he's able to power through because he's doing a lot of good things, and we've seen this Bulldogs defense be better against the run with him out on the field. Lindsay in the shotgun. Holmes to his immediate right. Twins to the right and one to the left. Lindsay back to throw. Pass out to the flat. It's open. It's caught. It's a first down, and he's taken down at the 48-yard line. Colby George will lose his helmet, and so he's going to have to run off the field. Bring Brandon Johnson in. So over a minute to go. Mustangs trying to move fast. They don't have a lot of time. Lindsay, pass to the flat, incomplete. Over the head of the intended receiver, Jazion Gray, who he hit on that last play. Ball at the 47. Ball at the 47-yard line. Lindsey in the shotgun with a receiver out right and two receivers out left. Checks with the head coach. A minute remaining. Second down and 10. Handoff from Lindsey to Holmes. Holmes right through the middle. He finds an opening. Oh, he delivered a blow to Rogers, but Rogers got him down at the 25-yard line. That's a first down for West Jones. They're going to stop the clock at 53 seconds to move the chains, and then they'll get this clock running again. Mustangs moving against the clock here, and the Bulldogs trying to keep this score tied at halftime. Lindsey in the shotgun, twins to the left and one to the right. Handoff, fake handoff to Holmes. His pass is caught, and he makes a move and walks right into the end zone for 6. And West Jones very quickly scores on that possession. And with 37 seconds remaining in the first half, the Mustangs back in the lead. He's able to get it out to Chandler Watson, and a nice move there into the end zone for a touchdown. And I think he was the one that got the first touchdown, and he got the second one as well. And the extra point is good. 14-7 lead for West Jones. And the Bulldogs were able to answer, but the Mustangs immediately score. It is 14-7 lead for the Mustangs. Bulldogs will be back to receive with George and Kendrick. Mustangs will kick the kickoff to the Terry Bulldogs. The kickoff kicker is Brian Alvarez, the sophomore for West Jones. Bulldogs suffer a letdown on defense. They just let the Mustangs just charge right through them and score a touchdown there. Now the Bulldogs want to see if they can score really quickly on their own. George will receive the kick. George using his speed to try to get around the edge. He's able to avoid that tackler. Now he reverses. Now he gets a little blocking. He pushes his way through past the 25 and down to the 28-yard line. Decent return for George, especially with what he was dealing with on that play. It is 14-7. That is the score at the moment. A lead for the Mustangs, and the Bulldogs will try to score in 25 seconds. Either that or they're going to take a knee. We'll have to see what they choose to go with here. So out there with trips to the right and one to the left, they've got Busby. Send Kylan Gowdy and George to the far side and leave Gibson alone on the right. Busby out of the gun. Baker to his immediate left. There's going to be an offsides here, I do believe. Oh, they're going to call false start. So the ball now will be at the 23. It'll be 1st and 15. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference here as the Bulldogs still have a very long field to go in 25 seconds. They trail 14-7 as we're just outside of halftime. Trips to the right and one to the left. Busby in the shotgun here. Busby back to throw. He'll throw the pass. And Baker wasn't looking for it, and I don't know if he was supposed to receive it or not. I think he was, based on the coach's reaction. That's an incomplete pass. To bring up a 3rd down and 15. And if you're the Bulldogs, you got to remain focused. You got to focus on the task at hand here. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Trips to the left and one to the right. Busby, handoff Baker. Baker right through the middle. He'll be at the 29. So that was 2nd down apparently. I guess it's bringing up 3rd down now as he got to the 29. So that will be 8 yards short of the 1st down. 3rd down and 8. They're going to let the clock run out. And the clock will run out on the 1st half as the halftime score. It is West Jones 14, Terry 7. Bulldogs very much alive and very much in the ball game, but they still would have preferred to be tied as they had tied it with a minute to go in the 1st half. We will step aside as the 1st half comes to an end, 14-7 West Jones. We'll be back for a halftime report. you were thinking? I mean, they would go and then right after, don't think about it. Go finish the say that drop. Maybe like a slave or something. Wow. Not that neat. Why are you doing that? That's it.
You don't want your gum.
tell you.
How is this a big deal?
Oh, nothing. But sometimes it's not a big deal. I just being careful. I think, you know.
If you give 10, then give 7 back, then there you go. You pay for it.
Oh, well, that's
So
good.
this is getting changed.
Oh, good. Sometimes I'm just learning. That's all.
If she takes the 10 and doesn't give you 7 back when it's $3, that's
Well.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the halftime report right here live from West Jones High School in Laurel, Mississippi. It is West Jones 14, Terry 7 at the half. So far this half, we've seen 2 passing touchdowns from quarterback Tootie Lindsay to receiver Chandler Watson. 2 touchdowns there between those two. Rondé Baker was the man for Terry that got in the end zone for the Bulldogs. 14-7. 2 scores within the last 2 minutes of the second quarter, and that's where we see it. Throughout the state of Mississippi, we got a few games going on to talk about. Madison Central and Murrah. Murrah actually got on the board in that ball game. They're down 24-6 at the half, but they get on the board against Madison Central. I know this year for Murrah, a little bit of a struggle this year, but you know, getting better every week. I see a score from Columbia. Tylertown's up on Columbia 28-12. Have to get confirmation to see if this is a correct score, but wow, if it is. At Columbia, 28-12. And then we see Macomb up on Lawrence County, 28-0. Now we go down to the coast. Gulfport and West Harrison, 21-14 lead for the Admirals over West Harrison. They lead by a touchdown at the half. That's an interesting thing to see right there. Gulfport's been very good, but West Harrison making this a ball game there at the half. Oak Grove up on Meridian, 42-7 at the half. Wow, just pure domination from the Warriors over the Wildcats. Oak Grove coming off a tough loss to Petal last week. And then we go down to Picayune. Picayune up on Hancock big, 42-21 at the half. Wow, Picayune just running all over Hancock down on the coast. We see South Jones up on North Pike 3-0 early in the ball game. We see Petal and Brandon at half. Petal up 21-14 at Bulldog Stadium. That is halftime over there. We see D'Iberville up on St. Martin in the second quarter, 20-3. And then West Point up on Lafayette, 21-6 at the half there. And then looking at Kosciuszko and Greenwood in the second quarter, 14-0 lead for Kosciuszko. Warren Central up on Greenville, 36-0 at the half. MRA and Park Lane at the halftime there. MRA leads 35-14 over the undefeated Park Lane Academy Pioneers. MRA is just showing how good of a team they really are this year. They've been terrific. At the half up in Starkville, the Starkville Yellow Jackets up on Clinton 14-0. That's a game where the former coach of Clinton, John Carr, coaching against his old team, only the team that he coached for only one season last year. Germantown and Oxford up in Oxford. Germantown leads at the half, 21-14, and that is an interesting one as well. The lights are flickering here at Mustang Field, and we are about to get started with some football here from Laurel, Mississippi for the second half. The Terry Bulldogs down to West Jones 14-7. They'll be kicking the football off to the Mustangs. The Mustangs will be bringing this football back. West Jones Mustangs scored first, and they scored at the end of the first half, and that's how they have their lead. The Bulldogs tied the ball game with a Rondé Baker touchdown. The Bulldogs really looking to win this ball game. This would mean a lot to the program to be able to move to 7-0 with a win over West Jones, the sixth meeting between the two teams. And the Bulldogs have yet to win a game against this Mustang football team. The Bulldogs will be kicking off to the Mustangs with Derek Howard Jr. as the kicker for Terry. Appreciate my crew here today. King Williams on the main camera and Eddie Williams on production, as well as some Michael Williams on the sideline camera. Derek Howard Jr. will kick it off, and back to return for West Jones is going to be Chandler Watson, and that ball will drop. Watson will pick it up. Watson will break through, and he'll be taken down on the sideline by Lazarius Ashford, and he'll be spotted at the 45-yard line. That's where West Jones will begin their opening possession of the ball game. Welcome back to Mustang Field, where the West Jones Mustangs lead the Terry Bulldogs by a score of 14-7. We've seen some good things from the Bulldogs on offense. We've seen a lot of good things from them on defense, but just not finishing a lot of their drives. They had 3 drives where they got in the red zone. 4 drives they got in the red zone. 3 of them they did not finish with a score. They were able to score on that last possession. Well, the last one ended out the first half. They're able to score on the second to last possession there. Now here's the handoff to Holmes. Holmes avoiding the tacklers, and he's able to push his way down to the 49-yard line in Bulldog territory. A gain of 6, bringing up a second down and 4. There's the handoff. Holmes able to break free up that far sideline. He's got some blocking. He goes up against George, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. But the Mustangs really moving the ball successfully at the moment. That's a first down for the Mustangs. And what the Bulldogs are going to have to do is be able to buckle down and defend here. The Bulldogs are now starting to struggle to defend. Early on, they were doing a great job. Lindsey in the shotgun, twins to the left and one to the right. Lindsey fakes the handoff, pass across the middle to Watson into the end zone for the touchdown. And West Jones now leads by 2 scores as Watson with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game from a pass from Tootie Lindsey. And the Mustangs now in control of this ball game. They've figured out their method for getting through this Terry defense, and now the Bulldogs defense struggling to stop them. Snapback's there, and the kick is up, and it is good. 21-7 lead for the West Jones Mustangs. And so now the Bulldogs are going to have to really do well on this possession here. They need to score. They're down 2 scores now. You don't want to let this game get out of hand. Appreciate you joining us. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. Colby George and Keeson Kendrick are going to be back to receive the kick. Bulldogs back to return the kick, and now that kick will be down deep, and it will be returned by Kendrick. Kendrick finds a little hole, but then he is taken down. Past the 25 at the 27-yard line, that's where the Bulldogs will start their possession. Busby in the shotgun, 2 receivers out right and 1 out left. Busby, handoff, Baker. Baker through the middle and pushes his way down to the 33-yard line, which will be a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. Busby in the shotgun. He'll hand it off Baker. Baker around the left edge. He is met with contact. He pushes his way across to the 35-yard line. And now they are 4 yards short of the first down, a gain of 2. Under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. 21-7 lead for the Mustangs over the Terry Bulldogs. And this Mustangs offense has started to move the ball very effectively. Bulldogs looking at a 3rd down and 4 with trips to the right and 1 to the left. Busby, handoff Baker. Baker will push his way through, get the first down and more up that far sideline. Pushes his way through, down the 50, and he continues going until he's pushed out of bounds at what appears to be the 46-yard line in Mustang territory. The power run game has proved to be very effective for the Terry team. Ball at the 47. Twins to the right and one to the left. Busby with Duplessis with him in the backfield. Snap back handoff. He fakes it. Busby all by himself back there. He's going to go for a bomb to George. He catches it. Touchdown, Terry. What a pass from Brady Busby. Right on the money to Colby George. And the Bulldogs cut it to one score. Extra point is blocked, and it is no good, so the Bulldogs will be down 21-13, and that just puts an obstacle in the way, an obstacle you do not want to have. However, you got to take the good. 21-13 is the score. Bulldogs will kick this football off to West Jones. And what a great pass from Brady Busby to Colby George. And that will cut this ball game to a one-score game. And now we got Derek Howard Jr. with a nice booming kick. West Jones was fully sold out for the onside kick, as they know that Coach Thigpen has a tendency to call. And nobody's home for the return. So touch back, and that's where West Jones will get it when they get started right here from Mustang Field. West Jones has the football right now in the backfield. 21-13 is the score, just over 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Bulldogs with a big play from Busby to George. And now a second down and 12 for the Mustangs. Lindsey back to throw. We're going to get a flag on the field. And a false start against West Jones. They're going to be looking at a second down and 17. Just under 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lindsey on the pass, and he's rocked by Chadarian. Darius Rogers rocks them over there on the far sideline. So that ball will be at the 15 for no gain, and now or gain of 2. 3rd and 15 now. 3rd and long for West Jones. Bulldogs now showing some good defensive intensity here. They cut the lead, and now it's 21-13, and now they're showing some good defense here. So the Bulldogs have some life. West Jones looking for a big play here. 7:45 remaining in the 3rd. Lindsey in the shotgun with twins to the left and one to the right. He's got Holmes in the backfield with him. Lindsey pressured his pass over the top. It is caught. It is caught by Watson on the far sideline. He pulled it in at the 30, and I think that's going to be a first down. We're going to have to see. Are they going to give him the first down? This is going to be a discussion here. They do. First down for West Jones. Big play for the Mustangs. As he was able to hit Watson once again on that far side. Handoff Holmes. Holmes. And he's pushed out of bounds at the 35, a gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
We love Friday Night Lights. With DE Fast Link's high-speed internet, we're more than just a fast and reliable connection. We're a part of the community, supporting our local teams and sharing every unforgettable moment. DE Fast Link, proudly supporting our local teams and keeping you connected to the news of the week.
I don't know what to do about that, but I need to focus on the game. Twins to the left and one to the right now. There's a handoff to Holmes, and he's ripped down to the ground by Lazarius Ashford, and I've said his name a few times because he's done some good things here. 3rd and 8 now for the Mustangs. Looking at another big 3rd down here. And we're going to see a timeout be called, or I think we have a timeout for injury here, unfortunately. Yeah, try that. You can try anything, really.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for number 6, Caleb Holmes. And area scores of interest with 10 minutes remaining in the ballgame. North Pike leads South Jones 15-5.
West Jones in the shotgun, big 3rd down and 8 here with twins to the left and one to the right. Chandler Watson's on the right side of the field. Lindsey in the shotgun now. Big 3rd down and 8, under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Lindsey had to pick it up off the grass. He's going to have to run this football. No, he's throwing it over the top. It's caught! It's caught at the 50. He broke a tackle and gets down to the 45-yard line in Bulldog territory. He hit his man, Braden Powell, in good position. Good job by Tootie Lindsey being able to find the opening and hit him. And ball's going to be at the 45-yard line in Bulldog territory. Again, able to convert on a big third down there. Ball at the 45. Twins to the right and one to the left. Hand off. Oh, a run for Gray. Jazion Gray has one man to beat, but we see a flag. See Bulls over Rogers, but we do see a flag on the field here. We're going to see what this call is going to be. I think we are going to see a hold. As that'll bring us to our Keys to Victory, brought to you by Richards Tire and Auto. Keys to Victory for the Bulldogs. Get this defense tightened, stop these big long runs from West Jones. And for the offense, just keep doing what you're doing. You're able to find a lot of good things on offense. This will be a penalty against West Jones, and will move their line back.
That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Filling up for another Chase Kennedy. The team must be.
It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which was at the 22, so the ball's going to be at the 32 in Bulldog territory for West Jones. Lindsey in the shotgun. Twins to the right and one to the left. Mustangs with the ball, handoff to Holmes. That's not Holmes, it's Gray, and he's taken down at the 30. That'd be a gain of 4 for a 2nd and 6.
Takes the ball down inside the 30-yard line down to the Bulldogs 29. Brings up a second ball.
So ball at the 29-yard line. As they are looking at a 3rd and 7. Big third down here for the Mustangs. Lindsey in the shotgun. Twins to the right and one to the left. There's the fake handoff to Holmes. The pass is on the money in for the touchdown for West Jones. Lindsey able to hit Braden Powell, and the Mustangs back in the end zone for 6. Extra point for the Mustangs is up and good, and they lead 28-13 over the Terry Bulldogs. Bulldogs just struggling to stop this West Jones offense. There's the kick, and again, we got Keeson Kendrick on the return. Nice move up the far sideline now. He's going to lose his balance and fall, and we're going to have flag on the field. 28-13 is the score. West Jones in the lead. Just over 5 minutes remaining in the game, or in the third quarter, rather. The Bulldogs really just struggling on the defensive side of the ball to stop this West Jones team. And so the Terry offense back out on the field. They're going to be looking at a first down from the 18-yard line. Busby on the toss to Baker. Baker around the edge. Baker finds a hole. Baker right through the middle. He rips through. Pass down to the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Nice run from Terry here, and they're going to spot him at the 42. Nice 32-yard gain from Rondé Baker. So we've seen a lot of good things from Rondé Baker. And really, you would just like to finish in the end zone on those. Get a quick score so you can get back on defense and maybe make a stop. Last possession was very good for Terry as they were able to do just that. They were able to get a quick score. They just weren't able to do the stop. Twins to the left and one to the right. Busby in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Baker. Baker looking, trying to push his way through the line. He's not going to get a whole lot on that play. And I think he's going to gain a yard. 2nd and 9. Ball at the 44-yard line for the Bulldogs. It's a gain of 2, actually, so 2nd and 8. It's 2nd and 8 on the play. Busby in the shotgun. Appreciate you all joining us. Busby on the short pass. That one skipped on the ground as he pulled it in. It's incomplete. Bring up a 3rd and 8 on the play. Oh, wow. They're going to give him that throw and that catch. Oh, I don't know about that. The ball's going to be at the 47. They're trying to get to the 49. Looking at a 3rd and 4 here. 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Busby in the shotgun, Twins to the right and one to the left. Busby has time, pass out to Gibson. Gibson has some room. He's going to go up that side. He's going to get the first down and maybe a little more. He does, and he will be at the 41 in West Jones territory. So good job by the Bulldogs converting on that 3rd down and getting a Barnett's body shot first down. Ball's going to be at the 41-yard line now for the Bulldogs. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter, 3:12 to go. First down for the Bulldogs here. They want to get in the end zone. They trail by 2 scores. Trips to the left and none to the right. Busby, handoff Baker. Baker trying to change directions, and the back got him. There's going to be no gain on the play there. 2nd down and 10. Under 3 minutes to go. Ball at the 42. Busby back to throw. He escapes the pressure. And down deep to Gibson, it's out of bounds. As it's an incomplete pass there for Busby as he was trying to get it. He was trying to get it over to Gibson. It's going to be an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 10 now for the Bulldogs. 2:20 to go. Ball with the Bulldogs. Trips to the left and one to the right. It's Busby back to throw. He's got some protection here. He will escape. He's got an opening. He's going to step back. He's looking to throw. He'll throw it up over the top to George, and he just overthrew him. There is a penalty flag on the field. They had an ineligible player downfield for Terry. That'll bring out the punt unit. And it's tough to watch, folks, because this Mustang offense has looked a little bit too good for Terry's liking here. Just have a tough time being excited about watching. Oh, and a fumbled snap. Beverly's going to have to go back and get it. And he jumps on it at the 25-yard line. And the Bulldogs are now in very rough way as it's starting to unravel a little bit here for the Bulldogs. We'll step aside. West Jones in good way here as they're going to hand it off to Caleb Holmes, who'll dive across the 25 and down to the 23, a gain of 3 yards, 2nd down and 7. Just under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and West Jones they have a commanding lead here. Twins to the right, one to the left. Handoff, fake handoff to Holmes, and he tried to get it across the middle to Jones, and it's incomplete. 3rd down now and 7. Bulldogs have forced a 3rd down and 7 now for West Jones, and you got to get the stop here. Lindsey back to throw. Throw it up over the top as Shepard was guarding him, and it's an incomplete pass as Shepard was guarding Jones on the play. 4th down and 7 now for West Jones. They've got the ball at the Terry 23-yard line. And we'll see what West Jones opts to do here. Lindsey in the shotgun, 4th down and 7. They're trying to catch him off sides there. Now he's taking over with the sideline. Minute 23 to go in the 3rd. Bulldogs want to get a big stop here. This would be a big stop. Lindsey back to throw. He'll pass across the middle, and it's broken up by Shepard. Great defensive play by Micah Shepard, and the Bulldogs will take over on downs, and it might give them an opportunity to cut this lead again. So good job by the defense. Micah Shepard on 2 straight plays, able to make good coverage there and force an incomplete pass. So it's Terry Bulldogs football. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter, and the Bulldogs are in a position where they can cut this lead to a score after getting a big stop. Trips to the right and one to the left. Busby in the shotgun with Baker acting as the tailback. There's the handoff to Baker. Baker bouncing to the outside. He's got room. Baker ripping through the middle and taking contact, getting across the 40 and down to the 43-yard line. What a dynamic runner Rondé Baker is as he gets a Barnett's body shot first down. They're going to spot at the 44, first down and 10. Minute 7 to go in the third. Bulldogs really looking for a score here. Ball at the 44. Trips to the left, one to the right. Busby in the shotgun. Baker to his immediate left. There's the snap, handoff Baker. Baker has blocking. Baker up the sideline. He's going to push his way through down to the 41-yard line in West Jones territory. So another Barnett's body shot first down for the Bulldogs, and they'll continue to move this football with 44 seconds to play in the third. It'd be big to get a score here. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the left, one to the right. He's got Duplessis right next to him. They throw Duplessis in there. He'll take on the line. He's trying to push his way through a little bit. Gets inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line, gaining about 3 yards, making it second down and 7. Second and 7. Clock's under 20 seconds. Second and 6 is apparently what they call it. Busby in the shotgun. Bulldogs going to run a play here before the third quarter ends. Busby, handoff again, Duplessis. Duplessis will go nowhere on that one. He'll lose a yard, it seems, so it'll be 4th and 7 for the Bulldogs as they will start the fourth quarter with a fourth down here. And when we come back, the ball game will be coming to a close in just a little bit. Nice pass from Busby, getting it to Gibson there at the 33-yard line, bringing up a fourth down. It was not fourth down before, it was third down. They're 4th and 1. Bulldogs are going to go out there with no quarterback and try to power this football through. They can try to get this first down. This will be a big first down here. Rogers going to get the blocking. He's going to push his way through. And I think he did get there. He does. That's the first down. It's first down for the Bulldogs. And it is the first down. Barnett's body shot first down for the Bulldogs. And And if they can score here, it would be big. You're going to bring Busby back out there. $11 minutes remaining. Got a receiver out right and a receiver out left. And Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right. Busby will hand it off to Baker. Baker right through the middle, finds a hole, runs into his own man at the 25-yard line. So 2nd and 4 now for the Bulldogs. In West Jones territory at the 25-yard line. Receiver out left, receiver out right. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right. Busby is back to throw. He stumbled, and now he'll toss it deep to the end zone, and it's going to be caught by Gibson. He mossed him. Touchdown, Terry. And the Dogs are back in this one. Bombs away, Brady. Touchdown, Terry. That's a big play there, and now they're going to go for the extra point with Derek Howard Jr. And now it's so important to make this one. It got blocked on their last touchdown. And what a big stop the Bulldogs had in their own territory. And then able to turn that into a touchdown. And they're going to fake it. Kendrick around the edge. Kendrick can't find it, and he gets nowhere. And that is tough. I don't know if that was supposed to be a fake or what was that, but the 2-point conversion is no good, and that puts the Bulldogs down 2 scores here. So you're down 28 to 19, and you're down more than 2 scores. So I think there was a bad snap on that play. I'm seeing that in the comments as well. They saw that the snapback was bad. And that's just a bad mistake. I thought there was no way that was they were trying to fake that one. That'd have been tough. The Bulldogs are going to have to kick this football. They're starting it off 15 yards back. So I guess there was a celebration penalty. So these are the kind of things that the Bulldogs have done that doesn't put them in the best spot. Here is Powell on the return. And he'll be racked at the 28-yard line. I think they're going to spot him at the 29. Bulldogs down by 9 with just over 10 minutes to go. And now we'll see what the Bulldogs defense has in store here. Ball at the 30-yard line for West Jones. Just over 10 minutes to go in the ball game. And they're looking to put the Bulldogs away. Hand off to Holmes. Holmes trying to break the tackle. He did and was able to gain a few there and get to the 36, which is a gain of about 4. Or 6. It's 2nd and 4. There's the snap. There's the handoff to Holmes. He's taken down for no gain. Matter of fact, a loss of 1. That's 3rd down and 5. So ball's going to be at the 36 again, so it will be 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 now for West Jones. That's a big 3rd down. The Bulldogs get the stop here, then get the ball again. They're only down by 9. Snap back, and back to throw. Short pass. He's able to find Jazion, and he's able to break a tackle. He gets the 1st down across the 50. And what a conversion there for West Jones. Jazion Gray on the play, and now we got a Bulldog hurt on the field, and that's Colby George. And George is able to walk off the field here for the Bulldogs. Ball's at the 48. Appreciate you joining us. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button right now. What a ball game we've had. West Jones had a lot of good things here. The Bulldogs have shown some good things offensively. They got started a little too late because they had a few possessions where they could have scored and they just didn't. And didn't take advantage of it. First down and 10 from the 48 for the Mustangs. Lindsey in the shotgun, twins to the right and one to the left. And there is a flag on the field and a false start against West Jones. Back to throw. How do you put it in? Unplug it, then put it through, then plug it in. West Jones with the football, 3rd down and long. And there will be a whistle at the line of scrimmage. There'll be a timeout called by West Jones. We'll take a break and be right back. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. I hear you. I'm trying to fix that. I know what you said. No, it's that like now everything is kind of been freaking out a little bit, so now we're having to get everything right. All right, so now we need to put this in here. Let me know when they're back out on the field because I'm trying not to miss everything. All right, this should be good now. should be good once it comes back on. There we go. We're good. All right, the Bulldogs have the Mustangs here to 3rd down and 14 to go. Lindsey in the shotgun with twins to the right and left. Handoff to Holmes. Holmes around the edge, and he drags his way to the 50, which will bring up a 4th down and 8 at half field for West Jones. And I think the Mustangs are at a position where they're probably going to want to punt this football because they got a 4th and 8 from the 50, and they will. They'll bring out the punt unit. So the Bulldogs will be back to receive here, and they'll have an opportunity. Still 7.5 minutes to play in the ball game, 28-19, and the Bulldogs offense will have an opportunity. And there's the snap, and there's the punt. That punt will be off to the far side, and it'll make a West Jones bounce, and will stop at the 21-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will start their possession. The offenses look good for Terry, and now the defense has stacked a few stops here. The Bulldogs still in this ball game. Ball at the 21-yard line for the Bulldogs. They've got the football. Twins to the left and one to the right. Busby in the shotgun here. He'll make the handoff to Baker. Nice timing and nice move as he gets past the 30. And I think he'll get the first down, but we'll see what the call is. Oh, yeah, he's got a good spot at the 32. First down, Terry, brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop. We had a sack earlier that was brought to you by the Hydra Station. We failed to mention it. We appreciate Hydra Station sponsoring Terry Bulldogs football right here on the TSJW Network. Ball's at the 32-yard line for Terry now. Clock continues to run, 6:40 remaining in the ball game. Bulldogs trail by 9, and they've got the football. 2 failed PAT attempts is why they're not in striking distance here. Busby to Baker. Baker's got blocking. He pushes his way through past the 35 and down to the 36. A 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6. And it's good to see positive yardage, but you want some big plays because you're probably going to have to. You are definitely going to have to score twice here. Twins on the left and right stacked. Busby to Baker. Baker on the run, diving across down to the 37, a gain of 1, 3rd and 4. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining now. Looking at Coach Chris Thigpen, the Bulldogs, they trail by 9 points. They're trying to get a quick score here. Busby in the shotgun, trips to the right and one to the left. Busby again on the handoff to Baker. And Baker not getting a whole lot now. He gets nowhere. It's going to be a 4th down. Bring up 4th and 5, and now the Bulldogs, they're obviously going to have to go for it here. Normally they probably wouldn't. Going to have to go for it. Now you're down 2 scores. They'll keep Busby on the field. Bulldogs need these 5 yards. It's 4th down and 5. This might be the ball game, folks. And now you have a timeout going to be called by Coach Chris Thigpen. He'll get the timeout before the snap is made. And the Bulldogs will be charged that timeout. They trail 28-19 with 4:47 remaining in the ball game. This is a big play call here for the Bulldogs. What's going to happen on this one? A big 4th down and 5 from their 42-yard line. If you're able to go and get this first down, you can keep this drive going. Of course, you're going to need to score relatively quickly here. Bulldogs offense back on the field, looking at a big 4th down and 5 with 4 minutes, 28 seconds to play in the ball game. There's a discussion between the official and Coach Thigpen here. I don't know what they're referring to. But here's the 4th down. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the right and one to the left. He's got Baker to his immediate left. A big 4th down here for the Bulldogs. Busby is back to throw. We're going to have a whistle on the play and a false start against the Bulldogs. That's a very costly false start there. It's going to be 4th and 10. Fourth and 10 for the Bulldogs now. You got to convert here. Busby back to throw. He's got time. Pass across the middle to George. Oh, he threw and caught it. What a pass. What a catch from Colby George. First down, Terry. Brought to you by Barnett's Body Shop, and the Bulldogs keep it moving. Wow. What a pass from Busby. And really, Busby's had a great game for the Bulldogs. Has thrown his first interception, but he's also gotten a couple of passing touchdowns in this ball game and a good few yards passing as well. See what those stats are after the ball game, but just over 4 minutes to go. First down, they're in West Jones territory. Snap back to Busby, handoff to Baker. Baker tries to avoid the tackler. He pushes through. He'll use that weight and that power down to the 40-yard line and leave him 4 yards short of the first down. So it will be 2nd and 4. You do want to score with some time on the clock here. And the Bulldogs still, they have 2 timeouts remaining. But you really don't want to use those before you have to here. Clock continues to run as the Bulldogs try to get a play. Play clock under 10 seconds. And Busby is going to hand that off to Baker. Baker will push his way through the middle as they're going to try to bring him over across to the first down marker. He's very close. It's going to be 3rd down and 1, I do believe here. You're in 4-down territory, but at this point it's about getting in the end zone as soon as possible here. Trips to the left and one to the right. Busby in the shotgun with Baker to his immediate right here for Terry. Busby back to throw, short pass into the flat to George. George has an open, and he's up the near sideline. George with the speed, pushed out of bounds at the 15. Great play from the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs are now in the Raising Cane's red zone. And now it's about getting in this end zone. So it's out of bounds, so the clock stops at 2:29 to go. First down and 10. Busby in the shotgun. Twins to the right and one to the left. And now it's Busby. His pass over the top to Gibson. And there is plenty of contact, and we do see the flag on the field. It will be a pass interference penalty here, because that ball was going into Gibson's hands, and apparently there was some contact over there. Gibson a little bit favoring that right leg, it appears. We'll see what the call is officially. Now Gibson really is favoring that left leg, and he's not even putting any weight on it. It's not good to see there. Gibson, a major player for the Bulldogs. Oh, wow. Is this a penalty against the Bulldogs here? They call it an offensive pass interference, apparently, and so the Bulldogs will go back. Wow. And Coach Thigpen beside himself doesn't like it. But the Bulldogs just have to stay focused and continue moving this football. They've been able to do it very well. Just want to continue to find the things that they can. 2:22 to go in the ball game. 28-19 lead for the Mustangs. Twins to the left and one to the right. Busby in the shotgun. Baker to his right. Metters to his left. Baker has the run, and he'll get out of bounds. Good job by Baker there. Trying to get down to the 5-yard line. Busby in the shotgun. 2nd and 21 for the Bulldogs. Busby back to throw. He's looking. He's going to run the football and get hit at the 28-yard line. He wasn't able to find anybody open there. That'll bring up a 3rd down. And the Bulldogs are forced to call a timeout there. They have 1 timeout remaining in this ball game. Minute 27 remaining in the ball game. Bulldogs looking at a 3rd and long here. Down by 9. And just some mishaps on the PAT is what has caused this team to be down 2 scores instead of 1 right now. It's kind of mistakes you talk about all off-season and all season long, and then they find themselves making the mistakes when the time comes here. Minute 27 to go. Big region game here. Bulldogs on the brink of their undefeated season coming to a close, of course. The season doesn't come to a close. It would just be their time being undefeated. But ball's at the 28. We got twins to the right and left. Busby in the shotgun. Snap back. Busby has it. Has time. Pass over the top to Baker. They just overthrew him. Just slightly overthrew him there. That was a nice play call. Found him open, just overthrew him. Now the Bulldogs looking at a 4th and 22, and this will be the ball game here. The Bulldogs aren't able to get this one. And at this point, you're gunning for the end zone. And the Bulldogs are forced to use their final timeout. And obviously, if the Bulldogs score here, or they do not call a timeout, obviously if the Bulldog, well, West Jones will call the timeout. Obviously, if the Bulldogs score here, they will still, they'll have to do the onside kick. They'll be forced to. Thing is, the Bulldogs have a good onside kick package that they could go to here. But you got to score first, and you're looking at a 4th and long. So we'll see what the Bulldogs have up their sleeve. All in all, the Bulldogs have shown some good things. Obviously, they're at the level of West Jones as they've been going back and forth with them in a lot of ways, but just West Jones is able to move the football nicely at a certain point in time in the game, and then Terry just unable to score on possessions where they got deep in the red zone early, which is what Coach talked about going into the ball game and how he wanted to be able to finish drives, and so that's what we saw. Busby in the shotgun, twins to the left and twins to the right. Busby back to throw, big 4th down. He'll pass it into the end zone. Oh, wow, it's incomplete, nowhere near any receivers. And that's going to be it. West Jones is going to win this football game. And Terry will take their first loss of the season as they weren't able to find anything there. Busby obviously didn't like what he saw. I didn't know if he expected there to be a receiver there or not, but this is going to shut it down. West Jones will come out and take a knee, and they're going to move to 2-0 in region play, and the Bulldogs going to find themselves in best case scenario of being the 2 seed in this region, maybe getting a playoff game at home, but you're going to have to beat George County, Hattiesburg, and Jim Hill in the next 3 weeks and close the season off 9-1 to get that done. Otherwise, you find yourself in a position where most likely the 3 or 4 seed as West Jones going to shut it down here at Mustang Field. And he'll take the knee the first time. A disappointing loss for the Terry Bulldogs. This is a date that they eyed. They got everybody healthy for this game. You hope Amari Whalen can continue to go. We saw him hobbling, but he did a lot of good things for the Bulldogs. We saw Braden Gibson have to come out of the ball game, which was not good to see. I think we did see him return, but now this one's going to end in defeat for the Bulldogs. And they will take the knee again. And I do believe that will probably be the final knee of the ball game. And West Jones will win this ball game. 28-19, Terry goes down in defeat. Their first loss of the season. They fall to 6-1, while West Jones advances to 6-2. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. West Jones 28, Terry 19 is the final score. I want to talk about our South Point Center player of the game. And we're going to have to say that probably goes to Rondé Baker for Terry, just from Terry's point of view, just because of the way he was able to effectively run the football, and he did a lot of good things today. We saw a lot of good things on offense from the Bulldogs, just not able to finish drives early in the ball game. They did late in the first half and early in the second half. But that will conclude it. Folks, We appreciate you joining us. I'm Trellis Williams. This is Terry Bulldogs football on the TSJW Network. Terry loses to West Jones 28-19 here at Mustang Field, as that will wrap it up. Next week, Terry will be back at home for a homecoming matchup with the Tigers of Jim Hill. First time they've played them in region play since the new regions came out. But the Bulldogs 6-1. They're going to have to take that and move forward from it. But they've got games to prove themselves in the future as well. But I appreciate my crew here today. Got King Williams on the main camera here today, as well as Nettie Williams on production. And then right down there holding that camera, Michael Williams, sideline camera today. Live from West Jones High School. It was a pretty good one. 28-19 win for West Jones. We out.